Welcome back, football fans, Manchester United fans around the world. This is Forever United TV, and we are live bringing you all of your Manchester United updates from today, the 18th of November. It has been a big day. We talked this morning, Ruben Amorim's first day in training, but not only that, we have got 16-year-olds being promoted into first team training. Mainoo, full training. Yoro, full training. Could feature against Ipswich. Ruben Amorim's budget, or lack of. Alvaro Fernandez talks. Gyokeres scouted Muane. What's going on there then? And so much more, including Rashford and Casemiro coming back early. I wonder why that is. New boss in town, perhaps? I think so. We've got all of that to get through, along with all of your live comments and comments in afterwards in the show. Get your input in, get your comments in and questions, everybody. We are going into everything. We have so much to get through. Oh yeah, did I mention Alphonso Davies? I think I did, didn't I? There's just that much to talk about right now. It has been a very, very, very busy day. And although we are still just on the edge of international break, everybody is tuning in for Manchester United news. This is the place to be. This is where I've got all of your news. This is where you get to have your say and get involved in the best community out there in the Manchester United network. And we are giving it large tonight because we have got... I don't even know where to start. To be honest, I want to start with... I see all of it as positive, actually, to be honest. There's not one bit of bad news for me, apart from maybe how much money the Ineos are going to give Ruben Amorim to spend simply because Ten Hag blew the whole budget and we tried to salvage him or his career at United with spending more money. But, hey, look, I want to start with the training today, obviously. Ruben Amorim started his first day at Carrington officially. He was training with the first team players that were available. And we have also got a new academy graduate who has been promoted into first team training. Someone that you might not have heard of, a left-footed centre-back in Godwill Kokonki is, I think, how you pronounce his name. Now, I watch a lot of the under-18s and keep a track of the under-21s, as you know. In fact, I'm at Altrincham tomorrow to watch the under-21s play against Altrincham in the League Cup. So I will be keeping you up to date again tomorrow live from Altrincham, making sure that you are, well, in the know about what is happening with the under-21s. It's difficult on international break because a lot of these players are actually on international duty. You've seen Wheatley, you've seen Amash, you've seen Obi Martin, all with pictures and videos of them on international duty. So it gives the opportunity for other players to come in, like we just said, players that were on the injury list, players that are on recovery, getting chance to recover in training. But Kokonki coming through into first team training at 16. He's a bit of a beast, to be honest. We are producing some monsters right now in that academy. He's playing predominantly in the under-18s at the moment. Nothing much, nothing more than that. But again, it just shows you signs. Ruben Amorim arrives, and look, Ten Hag did this, so I'm not even going to try and say that this is because Amorim's arrived. We've got a 16-year-old in. Look, Ten Hag did it continuously, so I have to give him credit for that. It's not massive news in terms of Amorim doing it and Ten Hag and other managers that haven't done it before. There's nothing really in it in terms of news that wise, and it's not like making a difference. It's just something United have always done, but giving a player a chance because others are missing. Obviously, we would have seen probably a few more youth team players who were not on international duty coming to Manchester United's first team training, but Kokonki is there because they are missing. I think that's what we've got to say. But he deserves his spot in there. Amorim is mixing it up. I've seen the pictures, you've seen the embraces, you've seen Kobe Mainoo laughing and joking. Brilliant signs, absolutely brilliant signs for Manchester United. And you can see on the thumbnail there, we've got academy graduates, first day back in training, from the top to the middle to the bottom. A young 16-year-old that has just made his first training session with the first team, to Kobe Mainoo, who has been the latest breakthrough star from Manchester United's academy, to Marcus Rashford, the player that came from the academy. I'm only joking. Calm down. Don't shoot me down, please, everybody. You know what I mean. You've got to have a laugh at a joke. But yeah, I am hoping that Rashford does take this opportunity. But it's not about him today. It's about the academy player coming through into Manchester United. The young lads that are actually in there training consistently. It's great to see. I don't think anyone was worried that Ruben Amorim would ruin any sort of system that's in place with academy players coming through. We all know that he taps into the academy. He's done it with Sporting. He's done it at Braga. And we're expecting him to do exactly the same at Manchester United. So, first training session in, a new face on the scene. It's all fantastic. It's good to see. The other name that I mentioned in that opening section there is Kobe Mainoo as well. And in training, taking part in full training. He is going to be an option for Manchester United come this Sunday at Portman Road against Ipswich. So that is the biggest bit of news that you've got to take from training today, I feel. Kobbie Mainoo back in full training and now has a full week's preparation. He could have been doing it last week. I mean, look, we've seen when Amorim arrived, Kobbie was in the gym alongside Collier and Mason Mount and a couple of other academy players there as well doing their recovery work. So I don't know how far along he is, but if he's in normal first team training, then that is a very, very good sign. And a good sign for Manchester United fans that, again, like we've said it this morning, the amount of options that Ruben Amorim has got are scary right now. I don't think we can look anything into Kokongi coming through because Lindelof has been injured. Look, Johnny Evans is there. Harry Maguire will be back soon. We've got 3 centre-backs, obviously, already within Manchester United's side that in Lenny Yoro, De Ligt and Martinez. More on Yoro and Martinez in this show as well coming up. But the midfield is where we've been a little bit, not lackluster is not the word. I mean, to be honest, yeah, performance-wise, you could say it's been that way. But, yeah, lacking in numbers, not many options. Well, look, you've now got Mason Mount fit. You'll now have Kobbie Mainoo fit. Casemiro's playing well. Obviously, you've got Manuel Ugarte there as well. There's 4. You could have Bruno. You could add Christian Eriksen to that. 6 central midfielders. And if Toby Collier comes back in, 7 central midfielders available for Ruben Amorim. Rotation, yes please. Intensity, yes please. Excuses, out of the flipping door is what I say to that. And a real look ahead in a positive way when it comes to options for Ruben. And I think that, again, really, when you look at it, you cannot be anything but excited just to see what he does. It's like with everybody fit, all anyone's doing is looking at who's he going to pick. Who is his first team going to be? Is he going to just go with the tried and trusted, the ones that have been playing all along? Or is he going to go, boom, there you go, it's Ruben time, baby, and I'm going in with my team? This is who I think is going to take United forward, and we get a big statement team selection from the off. I don't think so. I was building it up, and then I just shut you straight back down. I think it'll be sensible. I think it'll be players that have had plenty of game time, that have had plenty of match action. When you're coming into a game, let's not forget, this is going to be a tough old game on Sunday against Ipswich. They're a team that have just got their first league win. You have to look at everything that's coming into this game, and really, first time Manchester United have been back at Portman Road. Their ex-coach in Kieran McKenna, their first win under their belts, a buoyant, massive atmosphere. Last game of the weekend, Sky Sports are there filming it. It is a big, big day. Ruben's first game, it couldn't have really been built up into anything better. And I'm happy that United have got options and we'll have a very, very, very strong bench when it comes to that game at weekend. So anyone who's starting that game is going to be looking over their shoulder. One mistake or one little bit of lack of intensity, not switched on, a moment of lapse, something you might have got away with before under other managers. Now all of a sudden you're like, oh, I can't let up here. I can't let up. No, you're going to be forced to play harder. You're going to be forced to play better. And you're going to be forced to earn your spot in that side. That's how it will be now at Manchester United. And add that into the mix of everything that's coming on Sunday. Expect an absolute belter, I reckon. It's going to be a great game of football. I think it's going to be open. I think it's going to be an anxious watch. Let's just say that. A very, very anxious watch. But still, I feel like United have got this game. We have got this game. We have to go into it and say we're going to win. We have to. I've been talking up top 4, so I'm expecting a win against Ipswich at weekend. They've had one win this season, and where I've given their credit in terms of the way that they've played, they've built up, they've built more confidence, they've got the first win right now. That counts for nothing. It was a good win away at Spurs. A good place to get your first ever Premier League win. But still, I think United go there to Portman Road at weekend and they go there to win. It's as simple as that. And the good news from Carrington this morning is, like, yes, Kokongi coming in, great news. Good to see academy players training. But Kobbie Mainoo back in first team training is even bigger than that. I'm just going to grab my coffee. There we go. Christmas cups are out, everybody. Here we go, Crimbo time. Do check out the QR code bottom right hand corner as well. That is our other channel that we do other football content on. You can just scan the QR code now on the screen. We're getting all posh there. It looks all right, doesn't it? It matches the yellow and everything, doesn't it, on the screen? Honestly, just looking at it, I was thinking that then a minute ago. Nothing that we planned, but yeah, that is the colour of the channel as well. But yeah, go and give that a look, everybody, after the show as well. Keep your comments flying in, everyone. Make sure you have given the video a like as well. We're going to move on to other stuff in a minute, but first of all, I want to get where you are all at after the pictures that you've seen, who's back, who you're excited to see, who you're glad that's back in training. Let's not forget, and let's not... I don't want to build it up too much, let's just say, but Lenny Yoro is back. And you can see, like, just... going through the quotes, going through everything that's been said. And here's one, actually, here from Standard Sports says, provided he suffers no setbacks this week, it seems possible that Lenny Yoro could be part of Manchester United's squad against Ipswich on Sunday. A lovely job there. That's what I like to see. Definitely positive signs there. Will he start? I don't know. If Ruben's playing through at the back, I don't know if he's going to thrust Lenny Yoro straight into action. Look, he's not scared. He's already said you're going to see a big change straight away. If you're going to see a big change straight away, I think it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to see different players to get a difference. I think you'll see a different attitude from the players, even the ones that have been playing recently. Like, we've been more impressed with them over what's happened while Ruud van Nistelrooy's had his interim period. That's been good, but still, I think we're going to get something extra and some when Ruben Amorim takes charge. And this weekend, I'm expecting that more than anything. I don't expect to see this free-flowing, brilliant type of football coming in. I think there'll just be a different attitude from the players. And I do expect it to be players that have been playing more over the last few weeks than players that have got coming back. I think we may see Cobby on the bench. Be nice to see Malacia and Lenny Yoro on the bench as well, giving us a few options just in case we need them. No need to really thrust Lenny Yoro straight in right now, I don't think. I mean, Johnny Evans can step into a free, no problem, alongside De Ligt and Martinez if needed. Will we actually see Martinez? We're waiting for an update on Martinez and his back situation right now. So that is to come as well when it comes to Lisandro Martinez and what's happening with him. Also back in action today was Casemiro and Marcus Rashford. So when you look at the players that are training there today, you look at Kobbie Mainoo, Malacia, you look at Mason Mount, Lenny Yoro, Casemiro, Marcus Rashford, a good half of first team players right there for Manchester United available and ready to go for weekend, which is good. We've seen the rest that some of the international players have had as well, which is also good. Obviously, we've Christian Eriksen and Rasmus Højlund didn't play the full game in Denmark's first game, and they've got another one to come yet. Obviously, we know that Joshua Zirkzee didn't play any game at all, wasn't even in the squad for Holland. We've got players coming back, and we cannot be using the excuse of international break to really try and play this game down at weekend. There's no excuse at all. United should be going in full guns blazing against Ipswich, and I do think there will be a difference. I think with Casemiro coming back in, I think with the form that Casemiro's in right now, alongside Manuel Ugarte, I think Kobbie Mainoo has got... I'm not saying he's not going to get back in the side. Obviously, I think he's the future of this football club, and his ceiling is higher than any other player, I think, on the pitch, alongside Garnacho, personally, for me. But still, like, Casemiro, he's looking at this and going, "I've still got 2 years left on my contract yet. I ain't going anywhere just yet, son. So you're going to have to fight for that place. You're going to have to try and battle your way back into this Man United side." And you know what? I'm happy that we've got competition for places in there. Like I just said then, when you've got, like, 6 central midfielders now fit and available for United, if you include Eriksen and Bruno. So, yeah, I think that we've got to take that into consideration now, that Casemiro will be expecting, after the way that he's played and the rest that he's had, to be in this team and be a consistent starter, maybe? Can we say that? Can Casemiro be a consistent starter? Let's see. Graham was 60 last week, everybody, by the way. Please do wish Graham a happy birthday. I did not know international break gets in the way of so many things. One of our long-serving members, Graham, has turned 60. So everybody please give Graham a round of applause in the chat and wish him many happy returns, everyone. On that note there, we have just passed over 100 likes already as well on the show. Keep them coming in, everybody. Well over 700 in the room with us. Make sure you have hit that subscribe button as well, and you will miss out on no content. You won't miss out any content, coming up on the channel. We've got loads of content coming up. It is going to be mental now for the next 3 months straight. So, taking as much rest and breaks as I can. Apparently, Sim's got a birthday as well. Everyone's celebrating. It's madness. Sim, happy birthday as well. Absolutely brilliant stuff. 2 birthdays in one show. Well, Graham's was last week, but he forgot to tell us all. He wanted to keep it quiet because he's so... I didn't say that. I didn't say he's so old. I promise you. Another big gulp. But, yeah, I feel like the positive vibe going into this game. There's always that part of me as well that goes, don't get too carried away, Adam. You know what has happened before when you got carried away. But I cannot help it. I'm not going to try and act like I'm a know-it-all. I'm not going to put people in their place. I'm going to listen to opinions. Everyone has an opinion. I'm a football fan. This is a fan channel. I will get carried away and get excited when I think that things are looking up. When I can see progression. Obviously, I can see progression off the pitch. I can. And I've been banging that drum for a long time right now. And the next piece that we're going to talk about in terms of Ruben Amorim's task and what Ineos have set him kind of tells you everything about what we had before in Erik ten Hag. But I do want to come to the comments first of all around the fit squad coming back. Give me some positive vibes, people, in the chat, because I want to know how you're feeling about everyone being fit, everyone being available, and how excited you are to have options going into this weekend's game, because I think that is the biggest plus point from anything that we've seen so far. Today or like over the last week. Even with Amorim arriving, I think the players that we've got coming back definitely is a massive plus point. My birthday's next month, says Marcus. Good for you, mate, and a happy birthday to you for then. Make sure you come back on and tell us in the chat as well, mate, and then we'll give you a big up in the chat. Top 4 and Europa League are the attainable targets. I agree with that. Everybody knows that. I'm definitely on board with people that are saying we can still make top 4. 100% I feel like we are. I'm looking through all of the chat and there's just a million happy birthdays. Love that. Thank you everybody for bigging up the people in the chat and everyone who is celebrating something. Anybody who has had a rough time or anything like that, we're all there. The community is strong on Forever United TV, and we do make sure that people are welcome. So if you have just subscribed, welcome. Do get involved in the chat. It is the best that there is out there. You can see the amount of green and blue that's in the chat there right now. They're mods, they're members of Forever United TV. So you are more than welcome, and the people in the chat will always welcome you in. If you in fact want to be a member, you might have just got lucky because one of our biggest contributors, Modern Samurai, has just dropped 10 new memberships into the chat. Let's see who has been the lucky ones. Ryan, Matthew, Miller, Dave, Ribber, JM, Daryl, Liam, and Legend 11. AJ as well. Welcome to the Members Club. Please give Modern Samurai a big thank you in the chat as well, everybody. Especially if you have just been given one of them memberships donated by the legend who is Modern Samurai. Hi Adam, I'm looking forward to finally seeing Yoro in action, as hopefully he will be the long-term partner alongside Delict or Martinez. Can Amorim fix our unfixable player Mason Mount? ? We will see, mate. Thank you, Mr. Adam Stott, for your chat. Andrew says, it's fantastic that we have virtually a full squad. Funny, though, how everyone is suddenly fit. I know. It's a weird one, isn't it? We're just going to go along the lines of coincidental, I think, more than anything there, Andrew. We're not going to look deep into it because we don't need to. Babs is in. Expectations are really high now instead of being bored. Woohoo, Babs! You've not seen a game yet. Steady up. No, I'm with you. It is. We are excited now that we have officially turned the page. And it is officially now that we have turned the page. Can't get my words out tonight. Anthony Wisdom, 12 months a member. Great channel with fantastic people. Love FUTV. Anthony, been a member for 12 months. That tells you everything you need to know, everybody. He's gone to gold status on the FUTV badges as well now. Congratulations, mate. Under Amorim, we will see a return to emphasis on midfield. Haven't had that since Jose. Ten Hag wanted defenders to play make and midfielders to run. It's not actually a bad summary there, really. I think there was an emphasis on trying to play out from the back with players that really weren't comfortable in doing it a lot of the time under Ten Hag. And we got found out. We did, but still, he's gone. We don't need to worry about it anymore. Looking forward. Straight talking. Good evening, Adam. I'm feeling so positive right now. Fit squad, infectious, positive manager. Good times ahead. Counting down the days until Sunday. I'm buzzing. I think you're not the only one. You're not the only one, my friend. Anyway, into Ruben's actual task at hand. Some good pieces in here from James Ducker from The Telegraph. I'm just going to read through them all so you've got them all and then we'll discuss them after that. But Ruben Amorim is set to operate on a more modest budget than Ten Hag at Manchester United. Garbage. And will be tasked with maximising the untapped potential in the squad as the club aim to end damaging and costly cycle of mass overhauls. Sensible. Bit gutting that he has to be the one that's recovering everything and not rewarded with bringing players in. We continue. The new Manchester United hierarchy have no plans under Ruben Amorim to rip up the squad as they feel it is capable of delivering far more and are determined to move away from the culture of persistent upheaval they believe to be financially unsustainable and disruptive to coherent squad building. I get that one as well a little bit. And then the last one on this is Manchester United are unlikely to be particularly active in January transfer window unless an opportunity presents itself. Players leave or injuries or other factors create a problem that's had to be addressed. Right, so when we look at everything that's said there, I'm not surprised. Manchester United spent a shed load of money in the summer, well over 200 million again. Ten Hag had over £500 million spent on him under an old regime and then the new one. But I feel like the signings from Ineos this summer definitely were signings that could work under other managers. I mean, you look at De Ligt, solid. Mazraoui signing the season, player of the year so far. You're looking at Agate finding his feet right now as well. Yoro to come through as well. These are signings that will obviously last United a long time. They will be long-standing signings as well. I think this summer they've invested a lot just to get things moving. And where it was seen to possibly be backing Ten Hag in the transfer market, which you would automatically summarise from what happened in the summer, it's a case of United really buying long-term targets and effectively, in the end, they will be working under any type of coach, manager, whoever it may be in charge of United at the time. I think that's how we look at it. I think that's the realistic look on things with United right now and what the transfer market is. And quite clearly, we haven't got a big enough budget. I guarantee you, if Ruben Amorim does get the best out of this squad, gets this squad into the Champions League next season, there will be a little bit of money to spend in the summer on certain targets. Players will be sold, players will be brought in. I've got no issue at all with not spending a lot of money. I just wish it would have been done with the other manager as well. Because I feel like he has blew the budget completely on players that, don't get me wrong, like there are a lot of players that are coming into Manchester United right now. Playing for Manchester United right now that did come from Ten Hag signings. Like we all love Martinez. Casemiro's playing well. People will keep on going about them. He will always be tarnished with that Anthony brush, the Mason Mount brush, the Højlund brush, the ones that aren't really... were they the right type of signings? Were they the right players to bring in at the time? No is the answer to that question. Especially when you had the attacking talent that we already had in the team when he brought Anthony in. Especially when we already had the amount of 10s that we had when he brought Mason Mount in. And was Rasmus Højlund the right type of striker to buy? A young, unproven striker? No, he wasn't the right man to buy. So Ten Hag will be hit with that one. But he has got some good signings in there. And you can put money aside because he wasn't the one that spent the money. But still, I feel like it is a little bit unfair that Amorim has to come in and fix everything on zero budget. It's not ideal, But like we've said before, we're not going to go out and spend big money in January. It doesn't matter who was in charge or how much money we had in the bank. We've never done it anyway. So let's take that out of the equation. He's got 6 months to work with what we got, which we already knew about anyway. So in a way, it's kind of a nothing story. If he gets Champions League football, I think we will invest money into that and make sure that we stay there. But I think, like we've always said, the biggest backing that Ineos can give Ruben Amorim is getting rid of players more than bringing players in. I think he will tap into the academy. I think we're going to see more of that. And I think that's a sign of what we're expecting to come with Ineos saying that he's not going to have a big budget. And the days of complete overhauls are a thing of the past. I think we can safely say that is, look, we're going to build from within. There's a reason why we're investing so much time and effort and money into the academy. We want to tap into that as much as we possibly can and save spending absolute brewsters on players going into the future. It's not sustainable. And they're right in saying that. They're right. And I think we now need to look at what we've got within, especially this next 6 months, and then just reassess from there. I think that's a sensible option after all. And everything that's been said there, I don't disagree with any of it, personally. I think it's right, but I think it should have been the way before as well. It's just that we had absolute muppets running the football club. Only now are we seeing sensible football people actually look at it properly and run this club how it should be run. And we just have to deal with it, unfortunately, as a fan base. But I do think there will be money spent. I think this is just a little bit of a warning off. And let's not forget, we always do try and warn off other clubs thinking that United are going to go and spend big now they've got a new manager. So putting out the feelers and making sure that everybody knows that we're not going to spend a lot of money is probably a bit of a transfer ploy and tactic as well going into the summer, I feel. So set everything out early, set the stall out, make sure that everyone knows you're not there to be taken for a ride again money-wise. I don't think we was last summer. I think Ineos stood the ground quite well, but still, you've got to look at everything that's been done before, and there'll still be clubs thinking, "Oh, United are in town. Let's just go and get what we can." I mean, there was a rumour about that happening with Joshua Zirkzee, to be honest. So yeah, it is still around, even while Ineos is in situ. But I think now we've probably got more control over it than we did before. But let me know on that. Get into the comments, everybody. In terms of the budget, I know that's going to rile a few people. Definitely. Good evening, Adam. I'm feeling positive. Oh, I've already read that one out. Sorry. Congratulations, Anthony. Well done. I'm not sure what that's about. Oh, in terms of the membership. Sorry, yes. Josiah, you'd rather Liverpool wins the 20th Premier League or Man City 5 repeats? Arsenal coming from behind and taking the title. That's what I'll say. JT, I will be excited when I see the football we play. I've heard all of the talk before. I need to see it first. No issue with that. I think that is dead bang on. I'm just going to be me and just get carried away with what I think could happen rather than waiting to see. And I could get slapped back down and I'll just take that on the chin like I have to. That's what this channel is. It's just about emotion, being a fan. Make sure you give the video a like, everyone, and have subscribed. Let's get them likes up over 200 while we're live. That is our target today. We're well on the way to getting there as well. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. That means you can get involved in the live chat as well. And we're on the road to 63k. We want to try and get to 7k before the year ends. Can you help us grow to that mark? Press the subscribe button, hit the bell notification. You won't miss any content coming up if you do so. A bit unfair that Ruben is being given such a challenge, but he will make a go of it and be rewarded in due course, I am sure. It's a fair way of putting it, Babs. We'll still spend 200 million like we do every summer. We get scaremongering every year. It's nonsense and proven to be every single year. I think we do spend between 150 and 200 pretty much every single summer, don't we? When you look at it, I think that's a definite. We have some good players at our club, in my opinion, not to the level of winning the big prizes. Let's hope we can identify the correct players for Amorim's system and get rid of the players who can't. Yeah, I think that's fair again. I do agree with that one, Anthony. Well said. It is very frustrating that we gave Ten Hag our war chest only to be sacked so soon after. I do think that our squad should be able to battle for top 4, but I really think we need another striker. I get that, definitely. We have new members in the house. Again, 20 new members in one show. Modern Samurai has donated all of them. Another 10 in. What's that? X-Firon, Andrew, Alistair, Gasha 1, Mate, Mr. Miracle is back in the members crew. Manu, Alan, what's that? DOP 3B1, Scoot, mouthful, and Light Katango as well. Welcome to the members club, everybody. Thank you so much for the contribution again. Modern Samurai, what a dude this guy is. 7 likes away from that magical 200 like mark as well. Kaz just did inform me that Kakonku, the academy player, 16-year-old, he looks like a beast on a picture. 6'5". 6'5", bigger than me. What a beast. At 16, 6'5" at 16. I mean, my lad Alfie is 17. He's 6'4". It's scary how big these young lads are. Honestly, like when I go to the under-21s, or you go to any other game, even in first team games, and you see these lads actually step up, they don't look out of place. And when you go to the under-21s games and you watch the academy, they're absolute units. They're absolute units. I donate memberships just to hear Adam say the names. Yeah, I do have pronunciation issues. I do apologise if I said anybody's name wrong. It took me about 4 months to get Modern Samurai, didn't I? Happy birthday, Graham. The chap who chats to you outside before the games and gave you a lift to Sale tram station last season. That's Stephen Pryor. Stephen, great comment. Thank you for that. Love the community in Forever United TV. We did just pass over the 200 like mark as well. 200 likes, 20 new members. We are absolutely smashing it today. Well over 800 in the room as well. I disagree. Garnacho is not good enough. Not impact player at best. Misses the bare chances and greedy. Does not like passing the ball. Yeah, David, give him time, I would say. I still think he has got time to develop. And you know what? Under a really good coach now in Ruben Amorim, we may even see a difference in his game as well. That's interesting. Into other news as well. Gyokeres was scouted by Manchester United, apparently, playing for Sweden the other night, which is, to be honest, I'm not surprised. Manchester United sent their scout, Sergio Souza, to watch Viktor Gyokeres in action for Sweden against Slovakia on Saturday. Yeah, do we need to scout him? You've got Ruben Amorim as your manager, who is the man that created him. Is there a reason for Man United to even look at him? Obviously, you're doing everything as well. Due diligence and everything like that is there, and you have to look professional. But really? You've just taken his manager, his coach away, and you want to know if he's good enough for Man United? Yeah, well, look, yeah, you've got to do it properly. Covering all corners and making sure there's no stone unturned and all of that jazz. But yes, we did talk about Mouane, the French forward, the other day at PSG, and the possibility that maybe a loan move would be in the offing. Manchester United are definitely on this. Manchester United apparently, according to Christopher Mitchell, has said, and that is Christopher Mitchell of FUTV Sports 1, reporter there, journalist, says Manchester United are considering a January loan move for Randall Kolo Mouane. I don't think this is going to happen. Mouane is not looking for a move, even though United are pursuing. It does go to show like the concern within the club, if that is the case, though, that we are looking for a forward for the rest of the season. I don't like the loan moves. I just don't think they never work for United. I mean, you look at Weghorst, again, like, it's just another number. And do you feel like you have to play him because you brought him in? I don't think it's the right type of move. I don't think it's the right type of signing for United. But still, I'm half hoping that our forwards actually start turning up. Like, Rashford's the one. I think all eyes on him. I feel like it is going to be a defining moment. It has to be for Marcus. He has to do something now. So, yeah, It's more quotes coming out from Manchester United that there's another extended one from what James Ducker was saying from the Telegraph. Dan Ashworth, Jason Wilcox and Omar Barada will give Amorim time to assess the squad and see how players adapt to his approach and methods before they start to make any definitive plans for next summer's window and the type of players and areas they might want to target to supplement what is already there, in addition to who may go. So that again was another piece on top of that. On Alvaro Fernandez, he has been talking around the speculation of his possible move back to Manchester United. As you'd expect, we're just bringing you up to date with what the players are saying, but this is probably what you would expect to happen. Alvaro Fernandez, I have a 5-year contract with Benfica. I want to win titles and continue to grow personally. I am still only 21 years old. I want to win, whether it is in Spain or with Benfica, or to continue to grow. Talking about his international career there as well. I'm focused on what I have to do because I have a game every 3 days. It's always nice to have teams call you and everyone wants to grow. But I'm doing well here. United have a signed purchase option, but I'm very happy here. He's just saying the right things and saying what he has to say, really, Alvaro, in that, I feel. I don't think there's anything unexpected coming from that. I don't think there's anything that we would think he wouldn't say there. He's just playing it cool. Like he knows the deal, he knows the situation. He now probably knows who is in situ at Manchester United as head coach as well. So I think we have to look at that and say, yeah, there is a positive there. And I feel like there is an opportunity as well. I did talk this morning around Milos Gyokeres and his situation with his contract apparently running out at the end of this season, which I didn't know about, and I've still not found anything to say different to that. But everywhere I've checked, Gyokeres is out of contract at the end of the summer. You've got Amas coming through. You've got Sean Malacia coming back. You've got a cheap deal there in Alvaro Fernandez as well to go through. And I was saying this morning, United really have got every single option open, and we will have that left-hand side rectified going into next season. On that left-hand side, another option that we have got, possibly, is Alphonso Davies. Because Manchester United apparently are pushing harder than anybody else to sign Alphonso Davies. As we know, he is a free agent but comes with a big smacker of a contract and wage demand. Can United make it happen and fit it into the budget? I've talked about Alphonso Davies quite a lot. I feel like that name is going to keep coming up. I still feel he's going to end up at Madrid. That's my personal opinion right now. But again, you could add him into the options for Manchester United at fullback as well. Another free option. There's so much there that United can tap into. The list is endless for left-hand side options right now. And we've not taken even into consideration maybe Amorim is going to play one of the forwards as one of the wider players as well. He plays them as wing-backs. He plays them as wingers. It changes on the opposition as well. But everybody's got an opportunity at Manchester United right now. Everybody in that squad needs to pull their sleeves up and say, hello, Ruben, I'm here. I am going to be the man that takes this team forward. I'm going to work for you. Not going to say it like that. I don't even know why I went into that tone or that lingo, to be honest there. But still, you get the gist of it. It's like, show up now, please, United players. Will you now show up because your contract isn't safe? Are you going to actually start wearing that shirt with pride? Are you actually going to start running harder? Are you going to start doing more simply because your contract and your own personal circumstances are on the line? I mean, for heaven forbid, you'd actually play for the shirt and actually play for the fans. We will see, won't we? It's going to be really interesting times ahead for a lot of these Manchester United players. But I do believe they're all bricking it. I think they are all just looking at it now going, yeah, I think this is it. I think they are actually serious this time, this club. And we're in trouble right now. Even the agents are not going to be able to bail us out now. That's what we've got to look at. Anyway, Marcus Rashford. This is his chance. He's back in training with Casemiro today. Apparently that's early. I mean, to be honest, like, a week should be long enough for a Premier League footballer to have off anyway. Obviously, Casemiro and Rashford were both training while we were away, as they should. But back in full training, it looks like smiles all around. And like I said at the top of the show, you've got Marcus Rashford, who is an academy player that has gone through to the top level, you could say in different ways, whether you agree with he's at top level or not now. It's a debate that we've had many a times before, but still, academy graduate that's come through, that he's at that level that people want to get to right now. First team footballer on massive wages, not won too much, but still half a chance at getting that. Mainu, who's in the middle, is the latest academy graduate coming through, and then obviously the 16-year-old monster that is Kakonki, who has come through. 6'5", 16-year-old training with the first team today. Epic day at training for Manchester United. Mega day for the young lads there, and it does seem to be a really good vibe around the place, and I can't see it changing when the players that are coming back. I really can't. Like, are there any bad eggs in that squad right now? You could argue Rashford, you could argue Shaw, but really, are they going to cause too much of a problem for United going forward? We've all got our opinions on them, haven't we? We all know what they've done before. We all know how long they've been here. We all know how long they've been playing at the club, and we've been failing in that time. They're going to be the ones, aren't they? Everyone's looking at him. You cannot get away from them two players. And they wonder why we talk about them so much, because they're thrust, especially Marcus Rashford, thrust into the limelight completely every single week. And I'm sure it's his own PR and it's his own bloody press that are actually taking pictures of him while he's out and about. But look, just get out on the pitch and then do whatever you want off it. If you want to be a big time, then act it on the pitch as well, I would say. Yep, that's a little comment there as well. Not from me, but from Forever United TV. We are targeting 70,000 subs before 2025. Please subscribe if you are new or haven't done so yet. Please, everybody. We are on the march. We are closing in on 63k. That's the next one. And then we're edging closer and closer and closer. Where will we be before the end of this year? That is the big question. That is the one that we're targeting. Can we get to 300 likes on the video as well, everybody? We're only about, 39 away. Wow, 38 away. Keep liking the video. I'm getting into the comments a little bit more now. Trashford is more interested in bigging up in the basketball game. In blinging up in a basketball game, than performance on the pitch. Dacia Sandero says, here's a thought. Might be a throwaway thought, though. Do we think that Garnacho can be converted into a striker? I'm not sure that Rashford will turn it around, but it has to be seen as his last chance. I would say Rashford's got a better chance of surviving as a striker than Garnacho. That's what I say. It's a... What is it? A conundrum, you could say, for Ruben Amorim. Like, who does he believe can do certain roles in the way he wants to play? He's only going to know by watching them play the games, I feel. There's everything you can see on training and in training. I look at it and I go, look, training's there for you to fine your game up. Just tune it up, fine-tune it, make sure everything's on point, do the things that you need to develop, but you have to have that mental strength on the pitch. That's where I judge players anyway. That's where I judge players fully on the pitch and what they do on a game day. That's where it has to be, and it always has to be for United. You might have players that train better than others, but still, it doesn't matter. You have to be putting it out on the pitch. Simple as that. When is Rashford fighting Tyson on Netflix? Has the date been announced yet? Says Stephanie. Rashford was also doing fair weather training in the US. He didn't just go to watch basketball. I'm not his biggest fan, but let's be fair with our assessment. We have been director of football. We always have been. I have anyway. I know I can't convince some people in the chat. I've said it all along and I'll say it again. My biggest issue with Rashford being in America is that he had the chance to go to America because he's been crap for the club and not picked for his country. That's it. It doesn't matter about anything else. The only thing that matters is he's not picked for his country, and he's the only reason behind that is because he has been poor for his club. No one can argue with that. 13 likes away from 300. Can we get that 300 mark before I leave? Please do hit the subscribe button as well. Bottom right hand corner of your screen, everybody, is the QR code for our other channel, Football Talks. Give that a go. Just scan that QR code and you are in. And yep, I keep saying it. I'll say it again. We are targeting 70,000 subscribers before the end of the year. So please do hit the subscribe button as well. Football prizes ends tonight. We have a great prize coming out for you tonight, everybody. I just want to show you now. It's up on the screen. There it is. A signed Bruno Fernandes framed shirt with LED lighting built in to the frame as well. The link is in the description, everybody, under football prizes. There are partners here on Forever United TV. Go check it out. Buy your tickets. It ends tonight. The draw is at 7:30 tonight. About 8:30 tonight. But you have about 13 minutes left to get your tickets. Get them now. I've, in fact, won one of these prizes myself. This is your chance to win this great prize. In that draw, you could also win a signed Owen Hargreaves and Kobbie Mainoo signed T-shirt, Manchester United jersey. So get onto it, everybody. This is your last chance now. Literally 10 minutes or so left of the actual draw time. So get across there, get your tickets. Simple. Click on the link in the description. You are in and you are done. And that is us all finished. I'm going to jump across onto the United View, speak to the boys for a bit over there. And I will see you all bright and early first thing in the morning. Well done, by the way. You just smashed the 300 like mark, everyone. Like the video, subscribe to Forever United TV, check out the content that is up on your screen right now if you're catching up later on. And I'll see you bright and early in the morning, everyone. Have a great evening.